Elisha here. I am in beautiful Carlsbad, California. It looks kind of, can't really see the sky, but it is kind of cloudy. But it's still nice. Been at Legoland all day and glad that's done. Fun, but glad that's done. Yesterday I was on the airplane and I had this, I had my son on the side, my husband on the other side. They were watching their videos, doing their thing, and I got to sit and chill for like an hour and a half or whatever, 2 hours while the flight was going, and read a book. Huh, who knew? I could enjoy. So it was kind of nice. But anyway, the book that I was reading, it's called The Miracle Morning. I haven't finished it yet. I got to I don't know, halfway through. But so far I have really loved it. It's been great. And before I even, he gave me permission to write in this book. But before I was even given permission, I started highlighting and dog tagging. And then the next page it says, before you read any further, please grab a pen or pencil so you can write in this book. As you read, mark anything, blah, 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 blah. And he talks about how he used to struggle with doing that, but you know, I kind of had that too. I used to hate writing in my books. It made them not pretty. But now I am all over the place and even drawing pictures because I'll be like, that was really good. Where was that? Or even in audiobooks, then I'll do a note and just write what stood out in my mind. But it does help me to really make those things stick too. Or anyway, I'm going off on side notes. So, but what I really wanted to talk about is I guess just kind of tell you why I got into coaching, health coaching. And you know, I've been traveling. I was gone in Vegas all last week at a resort called Tahiti Village. Just took my son. My husband was unable to come, but where I'm able to work from anywhere, I just threw him in the car, drove down, and then my brothers learned that I was going to be down there and had extra space. I had a really nice room, full kitchen, and so they came and just kind of flew in, and I picked them up and I drove them home. But it's just nice. I really enjoy. I've always enjoyed traveling. I think my side gigs could be being a foodie and trying multiple restaurants, or being a travel agent. But then travel agents aren't fun. Then you're just watching where everybody else gets to go. So one of my big things that I really do love to do is to travel. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Just a weekend here, weekend there. And doing the health coaching has it's like fitness or nutrition. It snowballs in my life. So health coaching came along when I was at a personal development seminar, and I met a friend, and he told me he was a health coach. And I just instantly, I've been into health and fitness for a long time, and I'll probably do a story, my health and fitness story one of these days. But so he mentioned that, and I'm like, what is that, you know? So eventually, I kind of kept learning about it and decided, you know what, I want to do this. I have so many people that ask me, what can I do to eat healthier? What can I do for this or that, you know? And it was a way that I could make it a career, basically, something that I really enjoy doing and helping people, but yet be paid for it and get to do the things that I want and sit on beautiful balconies with palm trees in the background. Yeah, that's a palm tree. It's a tree, I don't know. It's a pretty tree. But anyway, you know, and when I found health coaching, let me back up. So my dad passed away about, 18. This October will be 6 years. And that hit me hard, you know. It's hard to lose your parents. And when I found out about the day that I found out that my dad passed away, I was there. And I should say the day after he passed away, I found out I was pregnant. And so it was kind of a distraction for me. I didn't have to fully grieve for him because I had this kind of, I was sad, of course. And still am. When you lose somebody, it's not a night, overnight, you know, life starts going on. You continuously grieve for these people. And so when I found out that I was pregnant, it kind of gave me a distraction. But then feelings, thoughts, all of those things, you can bury them, but when they do come back out, they come out in vengeance. And so I hit this point that I'm 30, I'll be 32 in July. So like I seriously had like a midlife crisis at 30. And I joke about it, but I really think I did have a midlife crisis at 30 because my dad had passed away. My grandma passed away not too long, like the year after. So, and then my one of my best friends, her dad passed away, and he's in his 90s, and I'd gone to his funeral, and it was one of the best funerals I'd been to. It was like seriously a celebration of life, talking about the businesses he owned, the motorcycles he rode, like it wasn't necessarily the things, but it was the memories, the fun, all the stuff that he did, he had lived. And so I tell my friend Kelly all the time, I'm like, you know what, your dad's funeral was so wonderful. Like, it honestly, to me, it was like, I'm not going to live an unlived life. I'm going to live my life. There's no more just kind of someday mentality. And so and in this book it talks about like that 95% of people will not live their life. They're gonna live in that like the average person will hit about 40 to 50 years old and settle for less than they want, and they'll be struggling. And for me, that's not, I'm not gonna let it be in my cards. That's not what I want to do. And so, and then one of the things that I truly love is I want to live a life of freedom where I get to wake up and do what I want. I want to be with the people that I want to be around and love. I want to love my work, which I 100% love my work, and I get to help, and it brings me like true joy. And so, and anyway, and it talks about all kinds of good stuff like the rear view mirror syndrome and all these things, and I do truly recommend reading this book. But the someday mindset is one thing that sticks out to me a lot, because I hear so many excuses of, oh yeah, we'll do that, one of these days, or oh, we're so busy, or this. And I'm 100% guilty and still guilty of doing these things that just someday, that life is just going to work itself out, basically, and then it just leads to that life of procrastination and unfulfilled potential. But basically, let me read this because I don't want to slaughter it. Remember this truth: now matters more than any other time in your life, because it's what you're doing today that is determining who you're becoming, and who you're becoming will always determine the quality and direction of your life. So if you don't make that commitment today to start becoming the person you need to create, the extraordinary life you really want, what makes you think tomorrow or next week or next month or next year are going to be any different? They won't. And that's why you must draw your line in the sand. Make that decision, make it happen, that you're going to start doing something different today and move forward. And then I really liked this definition of what mediocre means. It simply means you're choosing either consciously or unconsciously to be the same as you've always been. It's simply a result of not making the commitment to continuously learn, grow, and improve yourself. But being extraordinary, and we all want to be extraordinary, get the gold star, is a result of choosing to learn, grow, and be a little bit better each day than you've been in the past. And so the reality is that if we don't change now, our life won't change. Our life won't change. So if we want to get better, our life won't get better. And if we don't consistently invest time into our self-improvement, our life will not improve. Yet most of us wake up and do the same thing every day. So, and then Robin Sharma said, one of the saddest things in life is to get to the end and look back and regret, knowing that you could have been done and had so much more. I don't know if I caught that. My phone said 10%. It lives on the edge every day. But anyway, it said, Robin Sharma said, one of the saddest things in life is to get to the end and look back and regret, knowing that you could have been done and had so much more. So today is what I want you to do, is draw the line in the sand. Choose to be a better version of yourself. I wrote it on the top here on one of these pages, because why not, right? What my personal purpose is, or my life purpose, and it's become the best version of myself. And I've had many, oh, this is getting long. So I've had many conversations lately, and I'd like to expound on it because it is a conversation that comes up daily multiple times about how your health all plays a part into everything, into your life. It becomes a domino effect. So I just, I don't want to sound churchy. I challenge you, to really look at your life, look at where you at, look at what you want, whether that be physical, mental, spiritual. Like I said, everything plays a part. So look at where you're at, figure out where you want to be, make the vision board, write it down on paper, tell your friend, tell your sibling, tell your spouse, and just make that decision to stop waiting, and stop doing that whole someday mentality, because like it said, if you don't make that decision, what's going to change next week, next month, next year? So write that line in the sand and become your best version of you. So have a great night, and I hope you got something from this.